G'day everyone, Theo here from the City of Wodonga. I'm the Manager of Infrastructure and Projects. Just here to talk about High Street. It's now been a month since we've opened the street, and it appears that the community's received it really well, and it's back into full swing with all the traders quite happy that the works are open. I'm just here to have a chat about a few of the features we've got. So as you've probably noticed if you've visited the street, and if you haven't, come down and have a look, is it's a completely flat pavement in that there's no curb and channels, so it's a lot easier for everyone to traverse. So when you get out of your car, you're not climbing up over curbs to get to the footpath, which makes it really accessible for everyone. Also introduced a zebra crossing sort of mid-block that allows you to cross the street a hell of a lot easier. So you can get from one side of the street to the other side of the street quite safely now, and the vehicles should stop for you. So parking either side of the street makes both sides of the street really accessible to you. Probably noticed there's some hockey stick looking things, I've heard them referred to. They've got two purposes. One is a decorative sort of feature, but the other one, more importantly, is to stop cars driving onto the footpath. So that's what they're there for. They actually look quite pretty. You've probably also noticed that there's a hell of a lot more trees in the street. So before we started works, there are only about 13 trees in the street. I'm not about to count them now, but I think there's probably over 50 of them in the street now. So in years to come, it will be a really lovely and green, cool space. In addition to the normal street lighting we've introduced a whole lot of uplighting into the street. So basically every tree in the street's uplit, so it's actually a really lovely space at night. So I encourage you to have a look at it through the day and at night. Also for accessibility, we've introduced 3 disabled parking bays. 2 of them are 45 degree, but importantly we've introduced a parallel parking bay for those vehicles that are rear loaded. So if you've got a wheelchair user in the back, you can safely get out of that vehicle without going out into the traffic lane. And there's also a couple of taxi bays and a loading zone as well, so the businesses can get their deliveries really easily. The speed limit through here is 40, so we encourage you to stay to that to keep it as safe for everybody using the street as possible. There's also a few funky little art features in the street. You've probably noticed the echidnas. If you haven't, come down, give them a pat, they're great. And there's also a Ken Raff piece, which is a lady with a bird, and there's 4 figures that are quite nice to look at as well. Anyway, if you haven't been down to the street, get down here, support the local traders. There's some great businesses in this street.